He's considered a challenger to Michael Jordan's title as the greatest of all basketballers. LeBron James may be the closest thing to a successor to Michael Jordan that basketball has seen in the 20 years since Jordan was at his incredible peak in Chicago. Say it quickly, but it's true. James, the King of Cleveland, is in the league of Air Jordan. When Jordan retired at the end of 2003 with his 6 titles and 5 MVP awards, it was thought no one could threaten him. But even if LeBron James has not taken the mantle from the man he idolized as a boy, the mere fact that it is a debate of substance tells everyone precisely how good a player he is. James has won the titles, 2 with the Miami Heat, and then on his return to Cleveland, one of the sport's great homecoming stories in 2016. He's won the Most Valuable Player awards, 4 of them, and the NBA Finals MVPs, 3 of those. He's played every position, a versatility that not even Jordan could boast. Needless to say, it's not a comparison he personally likes to make.
No, I haven't, because our games are so different. He was much more of a scorer, and at that point, did a lot of post work at that point in time. But our games are just different. His body is different, my body is different than his. It's just, you recognize the dominance that someone had at that age. At that age you recognize the dominance, but there's no similarities in our game at all.
But James's 4 MVPs is just one shy of Jordan, and up with the elite of the game, legends of the sport. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the great center from the Los Angeles Lakers, and before that the Milwaukee Bucks, won a record 6. Jordan and the Boston Celtics' Bill Russell secured 5, while James's feat matches Wilt the Stilt. Not that he played for personal glorification. James has always shown a willingness to pass the ball and involve his teammates. In fact, one of the most strident criticisms of the man they call LBJ is that at big moments, he has declined to take more personal control. By and large, the criticism falls flat. It's not the way he was brought up, and it's not the way he thinks on a basketball court.
No, I get excited to play the game, period. It's not about the opponent for me. It's just about the journey and the process. But just being on the court with my teammates and going against the competition is always exciting.
And the best thing is, the story is still being written. Still to come on the Immortals, the greatest homecoming in sports.
Damn it, I love y'all. I swear I missed y'all. It's like those 4 years, I missed y'all. I missed this home cooking. I love you. I'm back.
LeBron James's departure from his beloved Cleveland Cavaliers to play with the Miami Heat at the end of the 2009-10 NBA season was an event that was stage managed to a suffocating level. It was called The Decision, a 75-minute special broadcast by ESPN in which the Ohio native explained his reasoning for joining the Heat in Miami. James won 2 titles with the star-studded Heat team in 2012 and 2013, but the heartstrings were still being tugged. He had grown up in Akron, just outside Cleveland, raised by a teenaged single mother in what he called the projects, the public housing areas of the inner city. Cleveland is unfashionable as a city, often talked down, but it meant something to LeBron James. He would face head-on the curse on Cleveland's professional sporting teams, a disease that had beset not only the unsuccessful Cavs, but the NFL's Cleveland Browns and the Indians of baseball fame as well. LeBron decided to right the wrong. He took free agency and left Miami, signed a huge contract, and returned to Cleveland. The Cavs also signing Kevin Love in a concerted effort to chase their first ever NBA title. James was 29 and at his peak as a player, and Cleveland had forgiven him for leaving. 30,000 greeted him on his return in a celebration at a sports stadium. These past 4 years helped raise me into who I am. I became a better player and a better man. Cleveland made the finals in 2015, but fell to the Golden State Warriors, despite James's astonishing 35-point scoring average in the 6 games. The curse remained. But in the 2015-16 season, it all changed. Again, the opponent would be the Warriors, led by the Splash Brothers, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. A team that had set a new NBA record 73 wins in the regular season, eclipsing the mark of 72 set by Jordan and his Bulls in 1996. The Cavs quickly fell 3-1 down in the series, a game from oblivion. In games 5 and 6, James scored 41 points to almost single-handedly keep the dream alive, forcing a deciding 7th game in Oakland. Cleveland won 93-89, and while James led his team scoring with 27 points, it was his massive block on Golden State's Andre Iguodala in the closing minutes that was to be his moment to remember. LeBron was Finals MVP, and Cleveland had their title, the first major professional championship to land in the city in 52 long years.
I promise, when I came back 2 years ago, that I had one mission from a basketball standpoint. I had one mission, and my one mission was to bring a championship back to Ohio, back to Cleveland, and back to Akron. And look up there, it's right there.
LeBron James was a handy footballer in college, thought good enough to play in the NFL until an injury pushed him to basketball. Growing to 203 centimeters, but retaining his speed and agility, it was a perfect fit. He had talent to burn, but it was hard work that made him great.
I'm playing the game that I love, and I treat it with so much respect. I give everything to the game, and everything that comes to me, I treat it with so much dignity and honor. And I mean, y'all see my 2 boys over there, my little girl at home, my wife and my mom, and to be able to have them in a position where they don't have to care for anything, you know, because I work my tail off. That's all it's about for me.
James has played his career as a forward, but it's often difficult to work out precisely which position he is filling. He carries the ball like a guard, and his 7 assists per game record over his career is a guard-like number, a tribute to a first-class playmaker. Yet he is as powerful close to the basket as any big center, and has been used in that spot by Miami and Cleveland too. He averages 27 points per game over his career, putting him in the top 5 in NBA history. And in 2017, he moved into the top 10 all-time leading point scorers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's landmark of 38,387 points is on the horizon. James passed 28,000 in 2017, and while it's a long shot, who can say?
I mean, we're in the White House. I mean, and Coach said, Brad said it's real casual, so, I mean, we kids from Chicago and Dallas, Texas, and Michigan and Ohio and South Dakota, Miami. I mean, and we're in the White House right now. This is like, hey, Mama, I made it.
LeBron James is a guaranteed Hall of Famer. In 2016, he inked a new 3-year contract with the Cavs worth $100 million. He's not going anywhere. All that remains is for him to pen the final chapters of his remarkable story.